You still recording?
Yes.
Sorry?
Yes.
Whoa. Cool. Cool.
Thank you. Bye. Hey. So today I thought that we would do something like super chill and just do a Q&A. I asked you for, the cats are in here, so just be careful. Be careful. They were fighting, so be careful. Anyway, I asked you a bunch of questions on YouTube, and you gotta bear with me because there's over 300 questions. So I'm gonna go through the top ones, the ones that were rated the highest, I guess, or liked the most, first, and then try to find like the more interesting ones. And if I have black lipstick on my teeth, yeah, you'll let me know. So the first one is, your camera presence is insane. How did you learn to be this comfortable around a camera? I wasn't comfortable around a camera when I first started. I actually tried filming a video before I moved out to LA, and I remember just absolutely hating it and feeling super uncomfortable. Most of it just comes from like being comfortable with how you look and sound on camera. So sitting in front of it is just like whatever, I'm basically just like talking to myself. It's like looking at it and being like, oh my God, that's me, and I'm gonna put that out there and like have a bunch of people see it and like hear my camera voice or my on-camera voice and all that shit, you know? If you go back to like my first video ever, I'm a little more stiff. I mean, I'm basically still me. Like I'm still like goofy as fuck. Can you stop, please? You're being disruptive. Rude. She's playing with all my eyeliners down there. But yeah, it just kind of comes from like doing it. I think if you're like trying to do it and you feel really uncomfortable, just remember that like you're literally just talking to yourself. And if you don't, you end up not liking the way it came out, you can just delete it. So, you know? But for the most part, what I try to get across, actually I was talking to my brother about this recently, and it's a really good piece of advice. What I try to get across with you guys is I'm just sitting here talking to my friend Katie. She and I used to just like sit and talk, and it was this kind of like jokey banter shit. So that's kind of how I address this, is like I'm just sitting down and I'm talking to Katie. I'm explaining to Katie how I would like do my brows, or, you know, just she's not there to give me the bitchy banter back. So that's a good way of thinking about it if you're trying, you know, to get used to it. So the next one is, what hobbies, interests do you have outside of makeup? Tons. Most of you guys know that I went to school for art, for painting. So I love basically like all forms of visual art. I love to draw, I love to paint. I love sculpture. I actually bought a bunch of stuff recently. I just don't really have the room to like be doing it. But while you guys are watching this, I'm actually gonna be taking about 2 weeks off to do those things. Just stay away from social media. I'm still uploading videos as far as you guys know, but I'm not filming, I'm not doing any editing, I'm just chilling and rediscovering reading and painting and drawing. So those are my interests outside of makeup. But I mean, I have like a bunch, like I enjoy health stuff, I enjoy fitness stuff, I love comedy. Before the world shut down, I was really getting into going to like comedy shows in LA. Those are my interests. What requires a thicker skin, being on YouTube or working for clients and companies? This could be interpreted a few different ways, I think. When saying working for clients and companies, I don't know if you're referring to like makeup artists who freelance, who are being hired by clients and companies. I never did that. I don't do that. A lot of people have like a misconception that I was this like trained makeup artist. I'm not at all. I have a background in art, and that's where my like expertise comes in. I'm self-taught as far as makeup goes, but I'm bringing an artist's perspective, which is why I think, you know, I'm able to explain it in a certain way that resonates with people. So yeah, so I never worked for clients or was hired by companies or whatever. So I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, I can only speculate. I definitely think that it does require a very thick skin to work like that. I do have friends who do that, who like are freelance makeup artists in the professional world in Los Angeles, working on like sets, movies, models, you know, all kinds of photo shoots. And yeah, definitely they deal with some shit. I've heard some crazy stories, so that definitely requires a thick skin. Just imagine Hollywood, you know? As far as YouTube goes, I think you have to just kind of be like more comfortable with yourself and confident in yourself. People talk shit, but I don't know, sometimes it definitely like pisses me off, but it doesn't really bother me that much. Really doesn't. But I also have a very respectful audience, I think. Like, I really don't get that many people who are just shitting all over me. But yeah, I mean, anytime you're putting yourself out there, it requires a thick skin. I don't know if that answered your question. Future aspirations, makeup brand, collab with a specific company, marriage, kids, cats. Okay, Crystal. So as far as like me having my own makeup brand, obviously like I would love that. But like how many are there and how many do there need to be? You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing that's like, I feel like it wouldn't happen until I was like much older and I had just like a fuckload of money to pour into this thing that I want to be perfect. Because there's just so many. There's just so many. And I honestly don't consider myself much of a business person. Like, I don't know if I'm the best at it. So kind of the idea of that is like having my own I mean, I guess like I do run my own company. Like this is my business, my own business, I guess, but I don't view it that way. Collaborations with a specific company. I don't have anything coming up right now. That's that. The rest of it, you know, I don't tell you everything that's going on in my life and it's gonna stay that way. But as far as cats go, I have 2 and they're a handful. For whatever reason, people seem to think that I am just absolutely ballin' in the money department. And I live in a 2-bedroom apartment, so 2 cats is plenty. What was the first eyeshadow palette you ever bought? So this one I did read before and I was thinking about it because I was like, oh, how could I possibly remember the first eyeshadow palette that I ever bought? It was probably something like NYX, you know? No. One of the drugstore brands like L'Oreal or Maybelline, maybe Revlon, you know, one of those. But the one that stands out in my mind, and I actually have it. Wait, is it over here? Okay, the first like real makeup purchase, like artistic makeup purchase that I made that felt like such an investment, and it was the Urban Decay Electric palette, which was discontinued. And when I heard that they were discontinuing it, I went on the website and I bought this one just to have, because it was, I mean, I used it for everything. Every single colorful look that I did, I used this palette. So this is what it looked like. It was all like neon, these beautiful neon shades with this like intense silver. It was so, I just remember being like so excited about it. And I wore the ever-loving shit out of this palette. So now I just have this one just to have. I've never swatched it or touched it and I'm not going to. The plastic's still in the mirror. It was like such a, and the packaging, like that front was just like, this really like meant a lot to me. So this is the first palette that was like a big deal purchase for me, I guess. Are you a reformed emo kid? No. I definitely had like a teen punk phase where I was super into all of those bands, like Good Charlotte and like Simple Plan. But I definitely was never an emo kid. I liked the Hot Topic shit though. I definitely did that in like middle school. But you have to understand, I went to a Catholic middle school, okay? A Catholic private middle school. There was nothing we could do, all right? I had to grasp for anything, any form of like expression. But I feel like that didn't last too long. It was like maybe a couple years. What made you cut your hair? I just wanted to. I always wanted a pixie ever since I watched Samara Armstrong in the OC. I always wanted her pixie with her dark brown eyebrows. I just loved the way that looked. Her like blonde pixie was so sick. I always wanted to do it. And then after I graduated college, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna cut all my hair off. And it was pretty much short to begin with. Like for the majority of my hair, I had kind of like the angled bob. So it wasn't like a huge difference, you know? And no, I'm never gonna grow it out again. Short hair looks good on me. It's like the thing that gives my hair volume and makes it look like I actually have hair. I have very, very straight, fine hair. And long hair looks like shit on me, so sorry, kids. I know you said you don't speak any Lithuanian, but do you know any simple words that are used in your family? So I know labas is hello. I know aš nežinau, which is I don't know. I know kaip tau. I don't have the pronunciation down at all. My pronunciation is going to be really bad. Kaip tau is, wait, how are you? I think. Labai gerai is very good. So wait, labas. I'm trying to think. I know machute means grandma. That's all I got. This is interesting. So this person said, what makes you confident? Is it makeup or is it a way of living, thinking? I think it's the second one. I think it's the way of living and thinking, but I think that makeup can help with that. I think it's kind of like an evolution thing where sometimes you sort of like grasp onto other little things to make you feel better, like whether it's dressing a certain way or doing your makeup a certain way or your hair a certain way that makes you feel a little bit better. And it's just kind of like little ladders, little like rungs on a ladder to like help you get to feeling like more comfortable in your own skin, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I feel like that's the way that it is most effective. You're about to send me on a fucking Alex Talks rant. But yeah, it's definitely, it has way more to do with like how you feel about yourself. But those things can help give you a little, you know what I mean? Like a little leg up, little zhuzh. What kind of music do you listen to? What genres do you like? So let me go into my Amazon Music and just tell you what I've been listening to, because I'm all over the map. I like pretty much everything except country music. Sorry, kids. Song history. So I've been obsessed with this dude, Fantastic Negrito. His song, I'm So Happy I Cry. Obsessed, can't get enough of it. It's featuring Tank and the, I can't remember what they're called, Tank and the something. Bangers. I like them too. I've listened to them a little bit. I pretty much just like find all my music on Amazon Music. Like I downloaded stuff that I knew I liked, and then they have like a home playlist thing that plays you songs that they already know you like, and then suggests similar songs. So that's pretty much how I like find new music. I don't know how to say his name. Fuck. Obsessed with him. Prof. Been listening to John Legend. Jack Harlow. I like Billie Eilish's new song. I've been listening to Todrick Hall, Amy Winehouse. I've been listening to a lot of Lil Dicky. Queen Herbie, obviously. Can't stop listening to her. I don't know if it's Yeba or Yiba, but she has this song called Evergreen that's like the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. Leanne LaHavas, the most beautiful voice I've ever heard in my entire life. Lauryn Hill, some Rihanna, Alan Stone, Joyner Lucas, some 2 Chainz. I've been listening to like a lot more pop recently. I just listened to Eminem's new album. So yeah, you can see that I'm kind of like all over the place. Oh yeah, and then a bunch of classical holiday music. I like to listen to that when I edit. Not always holiday music, but classical. So this person asked, kind of cheesy, but what is your favorite Christmas movie? And it is my answer is so cheesy. My favorite Christmas movie is Love Actually, which is probably one of the cheesiest movies ever made, but it's really sweet and it's got such a good cast and I love everybody in it. And I want to watch it. If you travel anywhere in the world after COVID, where would you want to go? I've always wanted to go to Italy, so I would probably do that because but maybe somewhere tropical. Because I've been inside so much. I just need like outside, anything outside. I'll go anywhere that's outside. If you could have your hair be totally different, a totally different color or shade than it is now for one day, what would it be? So I would love to rock just like super duper long, thick, wavy hair that's like bright red. That would be sick. How do you deal with the negativity and the beauty that the beauty community has? Again, so I feel like my audience is very tame. Typically when I get like shitty comments, it's people who have just kind of like come across a video and then like say something shitty. Negativity in the beauty community, I feel like it gets a really bad rap. Like people just assume that everyone in it is like so shitty. And that's because like the top people are pretty shitty, or like some of them are like the majority are pretty shitty. Or just, I don't know. I don't think there's that much negativity. You're just not watching the right people, dude. Unfortunately, we don't elect who represents us at the top. So I've already said that I nominate Samantha Rovendal for Beauty Community President. I don't know who she wants to tap as her VP, but personally I think that would be the best choice. And we gotta vote these other fuckers out. So random. Would you rather live on land but have to go underwater to breathe, or live underwater and have to come up for air? I guess I would rather live underwater and have to come up for air, because it seems like it would be easier to swim from... Can I carry around a glass of water? Or do I have to go like into the ocean? Because it seems like it would be easier to come out of the water and get air than to be like walking around on land and be like, oh shit, I can't breathe, I need to get to some water. What got you interested in makeup? When did you realize that you had that creative talent? So I'm gonna keep this kind of short because I've answered this question a lot, but I have said before that I did go to school for painting, art, and I always had an interest in just like beauty in general. I always loved like that kind of stuff. I used to draw like models out of magazines and stuff. And then I was so late, but I was getting into social media and I saw a lot of these little pictorials that Linda Hallberg's was posting. And I saw a lot of people doing these like really creative Halloween looks. And I was like, what? And then I just got really into makeup as like an art form. I'd never really like thought about it that way. And yeah, that's kind of what started it. Do you enjoy Christmas? Are you coping with the 2020 isolation? I do enjoy Christmas. I actually enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it, but I enjoy it even more now. I look forward to it even more now that I live in Los Angeles, because for those of you who don't know, I did grow up in New Hampshire where it's just like winter, you know? I don't know, 11 months out of the year basically. So here you don't have snow. It does get cool, but it doesn't get like cold. So you don't have that like feeling, that like season change where you're like, oh, it's, you know, fall and then it's becoming winter. Yeah, you kind of have to like create it a little bit more. So I get way more excited for it because you have to put like a little bit more effort into actually feeling it out here. So I do enjoy Christmas. And are you coping fine with the 2020 isolation? I don't think anyone is coping fine with it. I am an introvert and I work from home. So the very beginning of it, I was kind of like, I'm chilling, like nothing's changed. I'm definitely reaching that point where I'm like, I'm going crazy. Like I'm desperate for any kind of interaction with other people, anything. And my boyfriend and I have taken it very seriously. We don't go anywhere. So, I mean, like I get haircuts. We get our groceries delivered. Definitely going crazy. Going really crazy. What helps you chill out after a particularly trying or tiring day? Just chilling with my boyfriend. I had like a week that was just like really, really stressful. I had like a lot of work that I was doing and I was just like feeling panicky and rude. At the end of it, I was just like, I just need to like lay on the couch and like watch a show. And that's what we did. And it was amazing. We had just like a lazy day. You have to do that. So rude. If you could keep only one concealer, what would it be? So rude. So rude. I want to say, like, it's tough because, like, what I'm loving right now, like, will I continue to love it? You know? I guess I would go with Tarte Shape Tape because it is like it's more full coverage. It's a matte formula, but if I apply enough moisturizer, I feel like I can get away with making it a little bit more dewy if I need to. So I'm gonna have to go with Tarte Shape Tape because it's just like an OG. It's unbeatable. Rude though. Do you believe in reincarnation and karma? I don't know, but I will say this, that when I was a kid, the idea of reincarnation was very intriguing to me. I liked it. I was interested in that. It seemed nice that you get a chance at everything, you know? Like coming back as like a beetle and then you die in 5 seconds. And then coming back as like, I don't know, fucking whatever. Well, I enjoyed that concept. But I don't think I believe it. Oh, dude, what are your favorite fragrances? So I want to branch out a little bit more because I'm like getting kind of bored, but I have the best perfumes. So Chloe Nomad, hands down. It's like spicy, but like sweet. I've talked about it a million times. It's amazing. Chloe Nomad. The ones that like never go out of style for me is for sure Chloe Nomad. Like I can always wear that. I don't know how to say their like the full name, but it's like Replica by the Fireplace, which is what I wear from fall all the way to like spring. And it literally smells like you're by the fireplace. The Replica, like whatever that brand is called, it's like something. I don't know, it's French. They basically like recreate these scents and they're always very significant scents. Like they really create like atmosphere with them. So it's not like it doesn't smell like a perfume really. It's like unisex as well. I don't know how to describe it, but those two are the ones that like I could literally wear forever and never get sick of them. I absolutely love those two. So this person said they love my earrings. Thank you so much. Where do you buy your jewelry? So these little earrings and then this little ring right here. I don't know if you can see it. This little guy. It's like a little bee. And these are from a brand called PD Paola. I want to say it's an Italian brand. I can't actually remember now, but they're amazing. Everything is so beautiful and like dainty and like unique. These are ear cuffs that I just got on Etsy. I was like searching for pretty ear cuffs. This as well. This is just an ear cuff, not a piercing. Yeah, I would say the majority of I have some earrings from, I think it's called Shashi. Shashi. But yeah, I like these tiny little like dainty dangly things. And then these rings are, honestly, I do not remember because I bought them up. These bands might be from Amazon. Can't remember. This one, can't remember. Same deal, might be from Amazon. And then obviously PD Paula. And then all the other earrings that I have on right now are just from the Pierce shop. So this person asked about just my skincare in general. So I'm constantly changing like the products that I'm using on a regular basis. I've been using Silwasu and Tata Harper as my like, and then the Tatcha water cream is what I use basically as my like daily moisturizer. Tata Harper and then Silwasu, I alternate those for night. And I'm still using my Curology treatment. So that's what's keeping my skin clear, Curology. And drinking enough water and not eating carbs, which I haven't been doing the best job at. What would you be doing if you weren't into makeup? So when I was going to school, my original plan was to go to grad school, get my master's in painting, and become like an art professor, which in a way I kind of am because I'm teaching you guys artistic techniques with makeup. I will not give you my brother's number. Rude. How to cope with sadness and anxiety? Well, obviously having another person around you is helpful. I think you kind of have to just like force yourself to stop and take a break because especially when you're feeling like anxiety, if it's like from work or school or whatever, it feels like things are just like piling on and you're gonna explode. So you have to like literally force yourself to just like take a break. I think meditation is really good. Sleep, make sure you're getting enough sleep, drinking water, like your diet has so much to do with the way that you feel. You gotta get those vitamins in, man. Eat your greens and shit. Take a bath, drink some tea, read a book, like disconnect. I think those are the most important things, to disconnect from everything and just like take a second because otherwise you're not gonna be able to function properly, you know? What question do you get asked the most? Do I have lipstick in my teeth yet? The questions I get asked the most are probably, what camera do I use? How did I start working for Pat McGrath? Am I ever gonna grow my hair? Shit like that. I get a lot of questions about my jewelry now. What is the most defining moment in your life thus far? Meeting my boyfriend. Oh, no, don't ask me those questions, Julia. This is too many for me to think about. She has so many. It cut me off, that's so rude. Julia asked me so many questions. She says, where do you want to be in 10 years from now? I mean, I want to have a family. 10 years, how old? I'm gonna be 40. It's so rude of you to ask me to think that far ahead. That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, like, it'd be cool to have, I don't know. It would be cool to have like be running my own business in some sense where I like have employees and I can kind of like step back a little bit. I mean, I still want to be doing YouTube. Like, I kind of want this to just like evolve with me. You know what I mean? The techniques that I am teaching. Do you get recognized a lot? I get recognized if I go to Sephora quite a bit. Makeup stores. We have this like fancy or this like popular shopping center in West Hollywood called The Grove. And when I go there, it happens, but not like day to day. I mean, during quarantine, never, clearly. But like day to day, just like running errands and stuff, no, not really. Where's your biggest fan base? I guess YouTube, because we have, 720 something subscribers? How has the pandemic affected you? I'm going crazy. Are you loving or hating social distancing, or are you like me and loving the peace and quiet? I will say this. My favorite thing to come out of this is people standing 6 feet away from me when I'm at the grocery store. Also, all of the like wiping down of things, we should be doing this all the time. I was driving down a street here in LA and I saw like a city worker guy like hosing down a bus stop. And I was like, dude, we should always be doing that. Hello? Ew. Germs. Are you a city girl or a country girl at heart? I was never meant to be in the country. I lived in a small town in New Hampshire and I was never meant to be there. I am a city girl 100%. And I will never, ever not live in a city again. Do you plan on buying your own place and getting rid of those pesky neighbors? Someday. Real estate in LA is incredibly expensive, and as we all know, this is a very uncertain time. Favorite lipsticks? Dude, the Lisa Eldridge lipsticks. Like, I don't care how much they cost. They are the best lipsticks I've ever used. Hands down. You gotta try them. Sweet or savory foods. So it used to be sweet all the way, but like I cannot. And I still like, I'm obsessed with sweet things, but I cannot fuck with added sugar because it destroys me. Like it just makes my life fall apart. So savory. Now, if I'm going to, like I eat very natural. Like I try to just focus on like very natural foods. So like I don't like eating processed things is what I'm trying to say. But when like we go out to dinner or something, like I will splurge on pasta. Oh, and burgers. Yeah, so I guess savory. Future plans for Alex Talks. I don't know. So if you didn't know, I do have a second channel that I started. It's called Alex Talks, and it's basically just me talking about things that have been on my mind, including like social media or mental health or aging and like all that kind of shit. I don't know. I don't have any future plans. I just wanted to start it. I thought that like it would be interesting, and it is. It's fucking so much fun to talk to you guys and just like get your perspectives on things and to put my like random, you know, ramblings somewhere. So right now I don't have any plans, but like we'll see how it evolves, you know? So this person said, hey there, my question is how do you prevent cakey looking makeup and how do you select the right shade? And should there be more than one shade under the eyes versus cheeks versus forehead? So as far as cakey makeup goes, you want to make sure that your skin is hydrated, like very well hydrated, because if your skin is very dry, then it's going to be like really holding on to that product and it can end up looking cakey. The obvious is don't go in with too much. Apply lighter layers. You can build up your coverage easier that way. Obviously, it's a lot harder to like take product away when you go in with too much. As far as selecting your right shade, the best thing that you can possibly do is swatch things and then go outside into natural light. Let it dry, let it oxidize. If it's going to get darker, you want to see how it's going to wear. But natural light is definitely the best. Like if you're going into Sephora and you're using those artificial lights, like the lights that they have like on the little displays, bullshit, okay? Not going to show you the realness. And if you do their shade finder, it's also bullshit. I can't tell you how many times they've done the little shade finder thing and I'm like, oh really? I have a rosy undertone. Really? No, don't listen to them. Swatch it, go outside. Yeah, that's it. Obviously in person is the best. And then as far as like different shades in different areas of your face, it can be, if you want like a brighter center of your face, you don't have to put foundation there. You could do foundation on the outer perimeter of your face and then go in with like a lighter highlight in the center. So there doesn't have to be, but you can. I don't know if I'm really answering your question. I feel like we would need to chat a little bit more about that. No, I'm not engaged. I just happened to put this little bee ring on this hand because most of my rings only fit on these fingers. People got confused, but I appreciate all of the congratulations, but it's unnecessary. If not, cool ring, man. So yeah, this is one of the one that everybody thought was an engagement ring. What are the things that help you staying creative? So this is very difficult in a time like this, but like resetting, like new kinds of beginnings. It could be as simple as like going on a hike or anything, just getting out of like your normal routine. That really helps me to get like motivated and feel more creative. In fact, one of the things that I talked about in my other channel was the fact that like those kinds of conversations where I'm like presenting ideas and topics and hearing what other people have to say really gets me like feeling motivated, which might sound weird that like talking about the dangers of Facetune and what it's doing to our youth could get me feeling like motivated in an artistic way. But it does. Yeah, gets my mind moving, you know? I think that's mostly what it is. And then, of course, looking at what other people are creating. Because I think one of the best things to do if you're a beginner, and this is what I did when I was like first starting in makeup, you copy people. It's the same thing in art, you know? We did replicas when I was in painting class. Like I did a replica by Cezanne, and it was about like experimenting with different strokes and colors and stuff. So do that, you know? There's obviously, if you're going to be posting it, don't pretend that it's your concept. Give credit to the person whose work you're copying, but it's a great way to learn technique. Do you have a feel-good movie or show that you've seen a million times? I have so many shows, like feel-good shows, like shows that I just like rely on. And I feel like everyone's is Friends, and I am not into Friends. Sorry. Super judgmental, but I don't like that show. Mine are also 90s shows. Seinfeld, one of them. I've watched Seinfeld a million times. That's like a great one. The other two are pretty obscure. One is called Blackadder, It was on the BBC with Rowan Atkinson. And then the other one is also pretty obscure. It's Dr. Katz, which was a cartoon. It was illustrated or drawn, animated, I guess. And Dr. Katz was a therapist, and he's a comedian, Jonathan Katz, and he played a therapist, and all of his patients were comedians. And it's so funny, the best concept from like the 90s. So those are like my 3 feel good like shows. And it was funny because I was thinking about the holidays coming up. And I was like, on Christmas, I just want to have Dr. Katz playing because it just makes me think of like family and home and like us being together, I guess. Random. If you could create a makeup innovation with unlimited finances, grants for whatever, blah, 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 what would you come up with? I don't know. And if I had an idea, I wasn't just going to share it here for people to like steal. Duh. But yeah, no, I don't have any ideas. Super funny. People really read into the short haircut like way. I mean, I'm not blaming you for it. But it's just interesting how people read so heavily into me cutting my hair short. Like it was this like emotional thing. This question is, and I apologize, I'm not making fun of you, but this question is, what was your short hair journey like? Did you have to overcome the mental barrier of the standards of traditionally feminine hair, or was it like no big deal to cut it short? Was it liberating for you? They specifically say, I hope this question didn't sound too snooty. I understand what you're saying. I completely understand. It wasn't a thought, this hugely thought out thing. It was more of an impulse. Again, like I had always wanted to do it, but I just didn't. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this now. I think I'm just gonna like cut my hair off. So yeah, it wasn't really. My mom always had short hair, and when she was like younger, she had kind of like that. Why always? Why always? I filmed like 6 videos today, and these lights just, they can't keep up with me. They're like, we've been doing this for too long. Anyway, my mom had like really short hair. Short hair just looks better on us. So yeah, it wasn't like a thing that, and my mom was always like, oh, it's gonna look so good on you. So yeah, I didn't have any like blowback in any way. And like I said, my hair was always like pretty short to begin with. It never looked good long. And I've never been into, like, it's this jewelry is like a new thing for me. I didn't wear it for a really long time when I cut my hair short because I only had the lobes pierced, and when I had just earrings there, I thought I looked like an old woman. So I stopped wearing earrings completely. And then I was like, well, I'll start getting into jewelry when I like pierce up my ears completely. And so that's what I did. I did lose one. We lost a soldier, which is super annoying because this guy's fine. This one, the little jewel popped out. And then this guy I had to take out because it got infected and irritated. But it's healing up okay. It's annoying that I only have 2 there now, but you know, at least my ear's okay. I just really wanted short hair, so I cut it. That was it. What toner do you use in your hair? So I use a few different things. I have 2 purple shampoos. One is Conditioner for platinum hair, which is the best. It's a conditioner, a shampoo, a cleanser, and a toner all in one. Super gentle. That's what I use most often, and I only wash my hair like once a week. I only wash my hair like once a week. And that's typically what I use. I do have a regular purple shampoo. I can't remember what the brand is, but I like to mix it in with this like tea tree shampoo because I do use product. So sometimes I feel like I can get like buildup. So I'll mix those for like a deep clean and then use like a hydrating hair mask. But I also use these toning drops from IGK. What are they called? I can't remember. I was literally in the campaign for them. The name is really cool. Anyway, they're these toning drops, and they have a few different colors, I think, that you can literally just add to like a leave-in conditioner and then run it through your hair when you don't want to shampoo. So if you don't want to like wash your hair, but you need to tone your hair, and I use those I actually use them today. I love those. I use them all the time. My throat's starting to dry out, so I think I need to wrap this up. Curious to know what non-makeup YouTube channels you are currently enjoying. So I basically just watch podcasts. The Endless Honeymoon podcast is one of my faves right now. I love Take Your Shoes Off podcast with Rick Glassman. I watch Bad Friends. I like Tiger Belly. I watch Your Mom's House, but that one you really need an iron stomach for. I watch all the comedians, pretty much. Well, a lot of the comedians, not all of them. I also really like commentary channels. D'Angelo, love him. I think he's super interesting. Like other YouTube content, yeah, I feel like it's mostly just like those podcasts. I watch the H3 podcast. Yeah, I like the funny ones. So this person is asking me if how I cope with self-doubt and if it's ever like prevented me from doing things that I wanted to. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't necessarily call it self-doubt. I would call it anxiety. Where I just like feel like I can't do something or I'm terrified to do it. I actually feel like I have like quite a bit of self-confidence when it comes to my abilities and things, which is useful. And honestly, they're asking like, how do you deal with it? Honestly, I just have to tell myself to suck it the fuck up and do it. Just fucking suck it up and do it. You're gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Just fucking suck it up and do it. That's basically it. It's I don't have any like magical, I don't know, feel good answers for you. Do you think you'll be more open to brand trips, outings after COVID? The idea of it sounds great because like I've been cooped up and I just like really want to go out and do things, but I only went on one brand trip and I just kind of feel like they're not that big anymore. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's possible. I definitely want to have more traveling experiences, so maybe I would be more open to it. I'm a little like, I don't know, for some reason I'm doubtful that I would have those opportunities, but this is a good one to end on. What are some tips for someone who's just starting a channel? I think the best thing is, this is tough because YouTube is in a very different place, especially the beauty community. This still applies. Just fucking start. Like when I started, I was just filming on my like iPhone 5 in front of my living room window with like literally a $15 black sheet that I bought from Target as my backdrop. Okay, that is like super simple. Okay, so like if you want to do it, most iPhones are like amazing now. Like you could take hello, I just got the fucking 12 thing. You can take 4K video on your front camera. That's insane. Not saying that you have to have this camera to be able, or this phone to be able to do it. But if you have any kind of a smartphone that takes video, you don't need a fancy camera. You don't need fancy lighting. You can just do it like in front of in front of a window. Just start. And I think if you are creating interesting stuff, then like this was a very slow burn, you guys. I started YouTube a long time ago, and granted I wasn't completely like consistent all the time, but I became more consistent as it seemed to resonate with more people. So obviously consistency is key, but you want to make sure that it is stuff that is actually resonating. And if you're doing things that you think are needed, it will resonate with people. Do your best to make sure that your audio is good, that your thumbnails are interesting. I personally don't like busy thumbnails. I avoid them now. Like everybody kind of is doing the typical like shocked face and then like stupid whatever all over the place, you know? Those are the ones that like people think do the best, and maybe they do for the majority of, viewers, but I avoid them like the fucking plague. Simple backdrop, well-lit backdrop, simple face. That's what I'm clicking on. Tags are important. But yeah, as far as YouTube goes, just start it. All right, guys, my throat is done. I have filmed so many videos today. I really need to take this stuff off my face. I cannot believe that I don't have black lipstick on. Oh, there's a little bit right there. Thank you for chilling with me. Happy holidays. I really hope that 2021 is better for everyone. Like, I really hope so. Thank you for all the support in this past year. It's been fucking crazy, man. My channel grew like so much in just like a few months. It was wild. I never expected it. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I was like, famous. But yeah, it's fucking wild. And I appreciate all of the love on my other channel as well. Thanks for watching, and I will see you. I actually don't know when this video is going up because I really wanted to say that I would see you next year, but it doesn't really work. And now it's losing all of its, when am I uploading this? Oh, I'm uploading it on the 29th. I'll see you next year. Maybe I can introduce you to my cats now. Okay, just hold on. No, just hold on. So this is Boo. This is my boyfriend's cat, and she's very good, but she hates these lights. She's a special little kitty. Yeah, she's over it. Anyway, that's my boyfriend's cat, my second favorite cat. Now I'm really gonna try and show you my cat, but I tried to do this earlier and I really pissed her off and she scratched me, so. This is Ziva, and I'm holding her very gingerly because I pissed her off earlier and I really don't want her to slap me in the face. So this is my cat. Pretty. Did I just wake you up? And she's getting agitated, I can tell. Where are you going? Where are you going? I woke her up from a nap, so she's like, what the fuck? Anyway, she's my cat. I got her when I was living out in the valley in California, obviously, in Los Angeles. And she was like 5 months old, but they thought she was only like 2 or 3 months old because she was so tiny and malnourished and had like no hair. If I can find a photo, I'll pop it in here. And it's taken her, oh, I wanted to show her to you again, but she left. It's taken her a really long time to learn how to be a cat, but she's getting there. All right, that's it. Bye.